Hey fashion design students and aspiring entrepreneurs, it's Yoko Kelly, and today is part 3 of my Zara shopping, and we're diving deep into the cornerstone of apparel business planning and the critical difference between a core item and a bestseller item. So I'm going to show you how this industry giant Zara uses advanced planning to protect their profits, and the example I'm going to use is the asymmetrical lace camisole and a seasonal core item, which is the soft, oversized coat that they have. So understanding this is a critical step in your collection development and inventory management plan. And it's what separates a student project from a profitable company. So let's start with the foundation. And that's the core item. Now this is a permanent, non-negotiable style in your line. It's like that perfect t-shirt or foundational trouser. And it's carried consistently across multiple seasons due to its predictability and reliable demand from your customer. Now, it may seem obvious, but why is this a financial bedrock for you? It's because it's guaranteed revenue. The core item provides stable year-round sales, and it ensures a reliable cash flow, which is essential for a healthy business. It provides manufacturing efficiency. You can predict the demand, and so you can forecast and commit to large bulk orders of your raw materials. It lowers your cost of goods sold, COGS, in the industry, and it significantly protects what's called your gross margin. And if you don't know what that is, we'll go over it in another video. So since it's low risk, there's so low inventory risks, it should always sell, and it should rarely have a markdown, or you would rarely have to liquidate it. So if you want to survive in the apparel manufacturing world, you have to have core items in your business for longevity, efficiency, and consistent profit. As I'll explain later, it helps you take risks with your bestsellers. So now let's get into the advanced technical design thinking that separates beginners from experts. So we're going to take Zara's 1975 line. So if you're not familiar with it, look it up, and you'll see that it's denim in different cuts: jeans, skirts, jackets, dresses. They all start with that code, and here's the distinction. Z1975 is a core line or denim sub-brand. It assures customers of a consistent quality standard and its reliable sizing across the entire denim category. So if you're 27 pant, you're 27 skirt. Same with dresses and jackets. The core item here is the single specific product within that line that passes all of the profitability tests. In this case, it's the Z1975 high-waist straight leg jean. The core line creates the brand promise. The core item is the actual profit engine. And as a designer, you have to ensure that these core items come in perfect, unchangeable, specs right on, washes on, everything. So another technical misconception we need to address is a seasonal core. For instance, how can the soft oversized coat be a core item if it only sells for 5 months? And this is where you plan your product assortment into tiers. Your permanent core are items sold 365 days a year, like your basic cotton t-shirt or the Z1975 high-waist straight leg pant. The seasonal cores are items that are essential to a specific season that sell predictably every single year, like the oversized soft coat. That coat, winter, everybody needs a coat, right? And it's a seasonal core because it passes longevity test over time. It has a specific design time window and a demand window of October to February, and it's 100% predictable. So this allows for early commitment to factories and securing the best fabric price and guaranteeing a high gross margin during that critical season. Now we're going to switch from stability to speed, and that's the bestseller item. Now this is definitely purely defined by performance and velocity over a short specific time frame. It's the hot trend that's selling right now. So bestsellers are vital though for your business because they generate buzz and they drive traffic to your website, to the retail stores, and they signal that your brand is relevant and hot and desirable. But they are predictable and they have a short life cycle. So let's say you have a bestseller like a sequined mesh party dress. Zara is great in switching to the chase strategy. And their operational speeds, because they own factories and a commitment on the piece goods, they have a high velocity replenishment strategy. And they use that information to restock their shelves and maximize the sale before the trend dies. Cross-selling, this is important too. They pair that with something that's a core item. For instance, they'll pair a sequin dress or a skirt with like leggings, a ribbed legging that is a core item for them. And that's a merchandising thing. So this brings us to the case study of the lace camisole that you've seen in Zara for a few holiday seasons. It's sometimes under the ZW collection label. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, I'll show you an image. So if you're a student or recent graduate, you might look at that top and wonder, if it's been there over a year, is it a bestseller or is it a core item, right? And that's a good question. And the answer is, it's a bestseller that transitioned into a core item. I know it's confusing. So it was initially a bestseller. The camisole with this asymmetrical cut in satin with the eyelash lace started out as a high velocity bestseller. But what Zara found out is they hit a major trend and a nerve. And they made it into a piece that they put back and chased and sold out again. So it passed the margin and longevity test. It maintained sales volumes and it didn't require markdowns for a year. So it passed the margin test. It's a reliable, guaranteed seller, at least again, because it's holiday. And what they did is they maximized this information and made other silhouettes that tested whether it was the trim. Like I said, in other silhouettes, they put the trim on many other silhouettes, projected on it, lowering their cost of goods sold, and they also put the asymmetrical camisole in other fabrics too. So for sure, since we see it at full price again at Zara this season, it definitely is a seasonal core item. Now we'll see if that lasts next year. But what Zara did is they actually took that lace material and did a smart thing as a retailer. They projected on the lace to buy it in bulk at a massive discount, again lowering their cost of goods sold, and they put that lace across other SKUs to see if it was the lace, and they also took the asymmetrical top and put that in other fabrics to see if it was just a silhouette. So they added that lace, for instance, to the hem of a cardigan, creating a trans-seasonal low-risk item to see if that sold. They added it to layering pieces. Other lace pieces, for instance, they put it on a lace skirt. They put it on a long sleeve satin top at the hem. They also put it on the hem of a dolman houndstooth top. So they also put it on outerwear, which I didn't think really translated. They also put it on the cuff of a blazer, which was nice, but again, I don't know if that's going to translate into a core seasonal item. But they did test it in many ways, and that is the point. Once you have something that sells, you make many iterations of that silhouette and that trim, because what you'll do is you'll figure out which one it is and you can project on it, and then your bestseller will become either a seasonal core item or it'll be a core item. And so thinking like this is the difference between designing a garment and running an apparel business. So the key question for any fashion starter brand is, how do you know if a bestseller is worthy of being promoted to a core item? And this is something you can't afford to guess. It's a huge, usually financial commitment. So the answer lies in option planning and rigorous data analysis. Now, option planning, if you've never heard of the term, is a technical term for how many unique SKUs you're going to project on and how many the buyer is going to buy, the style, colors, the fits. And you have to know all this as you're taking a risk on a new core item. A bestseller only graduates to core status if it passes 3 technical tests, hopefully over a minimum of 12 months. Hopefully you have 12 months to test it. First is a longevity test. Does it maintain a high sales volume across all 4 seasons? Or at least if you're testing it as a seasonal core item during that window. If the sales drop sharply after the initial trend is out, after your first delivery's out, if it drops, then it's not an item. Next is the metric test. Does it sell at or near full price? If you have to run constant promotions on it, it's not a strong core item. And the gross margin will drag down your company's profitability, because what typically happens is the retailer will ask you for money to maintain a margin in the store. And then the repeatability. Do your customers come back and buy it when they've worn it out, or maybe in a different color, or maybe a different fabric? So this high repeat purchase rate indicates the item is a true staple and not a fleeting impulse buy. As I said, this decision is too important to be based on a designer or a merchandiser's gut feeling. So if you promote a bestseller to a core item, it means a long-term commitment to vendors, your factories, your trim people, for all the people that involves your COGS, and it's a major business move. So as you refine your fashion design process, remember this strategic hierarchy. Permanent core items provide financial bedrock, ensuring a high gross margin and minimizing inventory risk. Your seasonal core items, like the oversized coat and possibly the lace trim cami, provide guaranteed high volume sales during specific times of the year. And they fund your business biggest seasonal expenses while spreading the cost of your raw materials. And bestsellers provide excitement, traffic, and your relevance in the marketplace and keep your customers coming back to see what you're doing. So mastering the difference between a core line, a core item, and a bestseller item is what elevates you from a student and recent graduate thinking about just pretty clothes to a professional who understands the apparel business. You need stable profit from your core items, always churning in the background to afford the risks of your bestsellers, because you're going to be hitting some bestsellers and you're going to have some failures along the way. So now that you have the concepts, I want to give you some photos of racks that I shot at Zara, and I'd like you to analyze them. Are they core line, core items, or bestsellers? Okay, let me know in the comments what you saw in the Zara photos, and I'd like you to shop and apply what you learned in the marketplace. Shop a comp line and a better line. What core design elements in another successful brand similar to Zara and their use of lace do you think is being maximized across their entire assortment? On a side note, although rare, it is possible to start a line with a core item and a bestseller. So James Purse LA was brilliant and started a line in the 1990s with a fashion solid tees that were simultaneously core items and bestsellers. It was brilliant. So keep your eyes, ears, and intuition open for that kind of way to start a business. And please subscribe to my channel and learn more about the science and business of being a fashion designer. And if no one's told you today that they believe in you, I believe in you. Namaste.